No problem. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I was having audio problems. That's why I had to go out and go back in because I was it kept going my audio. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
That's what it was trying to tell me in the beginning. It was saying that something was up with the audio.
Hey, it must be like the system because that doesn't never happen. So let's just hope it doesn't happen. Hey,
Yeah.
well, I have some headphones and it said that it works better if you have headphones, like if you have problems, and then they're dead. Always on
Oh.
shit. Yeah. But it's okay. It's fine. We're on. It's okay.
So
It's fine. Oh,
what happened to Friday?
good. Huh? No, Friday we're still gonna do one, but see what we're doing to get monetized and to be able for us to be able to like get paid or like go build in anything,
Right.
we have to have 90 hours of content. So
Oh.
until we do that, I think that we should do at least two a week because we're only doing 1 hour. Do you know what I mean? It's going to take us a long time to get 90 hours.
Yeah, of course.
But I already have the two requirements are you have to have 90 hours of content and 33 subscribers. We already have 33 subscribers, but we just need the 90 hours of content.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why. Hey, and I told Kaylin, but she's sick. Almost, she's like, I'm really sick and I feel, and I said, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get more people involved, but I don't really know what to do, how to, like, hey, what's up? Or,
I tried looking it up on YouTube and it was hard for me to find.
really?
I tried looking it up under the Prison 101 and it pulled up all kinds of other stuff.
I know there's another prison. I think it's already time that I could change the name because it
Mhm.
had to be 14 days and I think it's past that time. So we're gonna put it. Oh, the baby's so cute. She's getting big. Hi,
Same.
Lucas. He's so cute. She's getting big. How many months is she now? 6?
She's 6 months.
How cute.
Yeah.
I bet you
So
Jenna's a good big sister.
yeah, she does. Um, so how I ended up finding it was under your name.
Mm-hmm.
I
Under
pulled up
Princess.
Brianna Montoya and it pulled up the streams.
It's not under Princess?
No.
Oh my God, I tried to take it off my name because I really didn't want my name on there. Do you know what I mean? Because people are,
Yeah.
oh, because people are crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's under your name.
I I have to change it because I'm trying to just get where the videos post just to the Prison 101 because I
Uh-huh.
have like two channels, but
Right.
I can't figure out how to do it. I don't know. I gotta I gotta figure it out. Well, because the videos are going to both, but I want them to go just to Prison 101, not to the other channel. Do you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do it. I gotta figure it out.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, so um, hold on real quick. I'm gonna see. Tell someone else to jump on and give them the thing because I don't know if you can get on. Did you just get on with the? How did you get on? You just went in
I
and
just went through the messenger and I
okay,
just
okay,
found the link.
and it's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay, watch. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Okay, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I
That's
was
fine.
I was telling my friend so to see if she could get on so we could have somebody on there to see how it sounds or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about first? The Should we talk about the different treatment from the facilities? You know how because the CCA was like I feel like CCA was so different.
CCA was really different.
It was the structure, yeah.
Mhm. And they knew how to handle women and like look for certain things like the sneakiness, They knew how to spot things that were going on.
Oh
Whereas
yeah.
at Western or Springer, they had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
No clue.
Yeah, They didn't know what they were in store for. No, just kidding.
They really didn't. They really did not know. And they didn't realize how we have a way of getting what we want, you know,
Oh
no
yeah.
matter how we ask for it or we do it,
Mhm.
they were oblivious to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that they should have structured it better. They had planned that move for 10 years.
For
And
10 years.
yeah, they have been. My aunt was there, and she kept saying they've been saying they're gonna move us. They've been telling us for 10 years it ain't gonna happen. When they said they're gonna move us, that is what my aunt told me. My aunt goes, "They've been saying this for 10 years," and I'm like, "What?" Do you remember?
Yeah,
Because I didn't really know about all that, but and then remember when Missy came in and all them, I was like, "Wow, this is serious."
that
No.
is really happening. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like a really big thing is what I'm saying, and they didn't have the state could have planned better, or like I don't know, they could have gotten cops from other facilities to be able to like come and help, like the way, remember, they got relief from Southern.
Yeah, I
They
remember.
that was giving the cops extra overtime. They were getting paid double time. That's why they were doing it.
Oh,
The Southern cops, I knew some of them, and I was like, "You guys come over here for so long or whatever," and they're like, "That's why, because they're getting paid really good."
oh, really?
They could have done that. They could have offered that to a lot of officers, and they would have came.
Yeah, but at the same time, they still didn't know how to handle us. They
Oh,
were
I know.
just there for the numbers,
Hmm.
so that way there's so many cops to however many inmates.
That's right. CCA was so different though too, because like I don't know, the cops were very different there. Like they were mostly native cops, and they were trained differently. They were trained to handle us. They were trained to, like, I don't know, like I
They
don't
were
know how.
trying to like spot out certain things.
Well,
Right?
they have been doing it for so long, like, dealing with the women, and then I don't know, it just becomes like, I don't know, like I remember Captain Valley, like all those cops, they were very like trucha, like very smart. You know what I mean? When we went over there to Springer, all those cops were like all green, like trying to be our friends, and
Yes, they
like,
were.
really like different. And you know what? It was so weird to me. It was like culture shock, because you come from this being so strict, like almost like a concentration camp, because they were
Hmm.
really strict. You know what? They literally would make us walk on one side of a hallway, and if we crossed the yellow line, we would get a write up. We couldn't walk two by two. We couldn't walk like three or more of us, because we were going to get tanked for gang affiliation. Like, they were so strict. Remember? Like, it's and then when we went to Springer, they're like, "Oh, boom, it's open, you're free." I was like, "Is this a joke? Are we getting punked?"
Right?
Like, I really felt like that, because I hadn't even been in the sun for like so long, like it was really like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like shock, kind of like culture shock.
Yeah.
Because going from one environment to another.
Yeah, I think the ones at CCA, they still, some of the cops still try to be some people's friends, some of the inmates' friends and stuff. It was almost as if they were trying to be cool, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, um, kind of like they didn't want any problems, so I almost felt like they were trying to be your equal rather than your superior.
Hmm.
Some of the cops.
It's crazy to think, was it Chi? Which is the one that got pregnant from an inmate? Was it Chi?
Gee.
She was so pretty. I remember, and she was like, she had this like like bitchy attitude a little bit, like
Like
right,
stuck
like
up.
yeah, like my shit don't stink, bitch, or do you know what I mean? Like she was really like, you know, and she had a really strong presence, and I was so shocked when they said that she was having a baby from an inmate. Oh my
I
god,
know.
that
And
is
not just
so,
any inmate, but one of them predator inmates. That's the crazy part about it.
that's sick. Well, because like, mm, I'm all, hey, that's a whole nother level of stuff. No, just kidding. Hey,
Really.
we'll do one on that because I love you.
Okay, so I don't understand. Like, okay, so they did the move on us and everything, and they kept saying it's because they ran out of funding and the state wants to, we're going bankrupt. Okay, so if we were going bankrupt, how come they took over the the predators, the men? How come CCA took them? Did they get a contract from the state, or did they become state and sell the building itself? Do you know what
I'm
I'm
not, yeah, I'm not sure, but they needed that building something because there had been a lot of lawsuits for the pedophiles and the chomos and like all that stuff. People beat them up, and like, remember what happened to Stink? Like, you remember, they she got a lawsuit because, and it's illegal to, we if we assault one of them, we can catch a charge, and you know that, you know what I
a
mean,
hate
because
crime?
yeah, it's a hit, and they made that for a reason because people like that were getting severely abused in prison. And I don't say that I agree with it because they were able to do horrible, awful, awful things. And why is there a law to protect them? Like, I don't know. I don't. I just do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's just not fair. But that's another whole story.
Yeah, that
Well,
is.
because they did. That's who is at CCA right now. At CCA, all that is there are pedophiles and like child molesters, people that are have like baby crimes, or all those people. That is who is at CCA. They don't send them anywhere else. They all go to CCA.
So is it state now, CCA, or is it still a private prison?
I believe that it's still private,
So
but
then
I'm
they
not.
didn't lose
But
the funding. They just wanted to get rid of the women.
I'm not sure. Of course. Of course.
They
Like,
got
they
tired of
were
it.
tired of our shit. Like, and that building, but Jules, that building was so overcrowded. Imagine there was what, almost 1,000 of us there. How much was it?
The last I heard was almost 900,
Yeah, almost 1,000.
and it was actually only supposed to hold 800.
That's almost like literally going into the Duran decree, and the housing, and how much space do you have. When we were at Springer, that was a big thing too, because the spacing, the bunks, you could lay next to the person and be holding the person's hand next to you, and that's illegal. The Duran
Yeah.
decree, you're supposed to have, is it, I don't remember, so many square feet per inmate, like, and you're supposed to like have it's like, that's your personal space, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just so many of our rights get violated, you know. And a lot of people don't realize that,
Well, a lot of
even
people
though,
don't know that we're supposed to have a certain amount of square footage around each other, or inches around each other, you know. Yeah, I think if a lot of women knew that, the women that were headstrong would have probably came together and made sure that we got that space,
that's
you
right.
know. But a lot of the times we didn't know that information.
Yeah, I feel like you're right too. And we were just so excited to be out. And at Springer, there was no more locked doors. It was so different, you know. You know
It's
what I
almost as
mean?
if you were free.
Uh-huh. It was so different. It was so different. You know, one of the stories that like kind of really killed me was Pam Gomez. When Pam went over there, and she was so happy, and she was so like, oh my gosh, and it was a mistake. Do you know how hard that was for a lifer to be locked down like that and then to experience Springer like that and then say, oh, hey, what? Guess what? We made a mistake. You're going back. That's so horrible. I mean, like because Pam was like a mom. She was a mom. You know, Pam Gomez. Pam is, everybody loves Pam. And when she left, I mean, like, it felt like everybody's heart was being ripped out because it was so unfair. I'm even gonna get tears in my eyes. It was so unfair for them to do that to her and to send her back like that because her points, I think she had like -5 points or something like that.
Yeah, because she wasn't a troublemaker or nothing. She didn't really get write-ups, you know. She just did her time.
That was sad.
Yeah. And all because of the amount of time that she had.
I know. That's sad.
That's it.
Because to be a level 1, you have to be 2.5 years to the door. I think that's a rule that they should make 5 years. But then I'm not sure why they made that rule like that. Maybe there's a reason they did that. But the rule is to be a level 1, you have to be 2.5 years to the door. Like I was a level 2 for a long time, but I was almost an override 1 because of I had -3 points.
Oh, wow.
I had no points. When I went to Springer, I had -3 points.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. Then you're keeping out of trouble too.
Not till when I got to Springer. Hey, remember that one officer, the female, the STIU one?
Yeah.
At what
At
was her
Springer,
name? Herrera? Was it Herrera?
Herrera.
Yeah, Herrera. Remember
Or
her?
I think, no, somebody said Hernandez.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's Hernandez. It was one of those, something like that. Hernandez. I think, yeah, Hernandez. Anyways, you remember she was hooking up with one of the inmates, and the inmate got out and they got married.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember the inmate's name though, but she was, yeah,
Wow.
Herrera, the female STIU.
In Springer?
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't remember the girl's name.
Why did they make the warden leave from Springer?
Warden Sanchez?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what happened, but something happened because he left, and I'm not too sure what he violated something. I don't really know, but I know. Okay, I know Mr. Biddle, and was it Molina? I can't remember if it was Mr. Biddle and Molina. They were in a big in the men's prison. I'm not too sure which one it was, but there was a big lawsuit, and they can't be in the men's prisons because they forced the men to line up nut to butt, like to humiliate them, and they were naked, and they got a big old lawsuit on them.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's why they were over there in Springer.
Because they cannot work at a male facility. How crazy, right?
That's crazy.
You hear
Why didn't they do that to Yazzie?
I know, right?
You know, with all the complaints and all that, and the grievances that were done to her, why wasn't she not allowed to work in a women's prison?
I think that it was because of that is a private, and they're almost like BIA, like native, right? They do whatever they want. And just because when I was in Gallup, the BIA jails, they're the worst ones. And that's almost like what CCA is. Don't you remember when I first got there, they would be all, the natives run this prison. They would say like that. And I was like, yeah, right. Anywhere you go, the inmates run. Wherever you're at, if it's in county, if it's in prison, wherever you're at, the inmates run that shit. And I don't care what anybody says, that's how it goes, you know? And that's what they used to say. And I was like, how weird. Well, because there was a lot of them, you know what I mean? The whole Yazzie family worked there, literally.
Yeah, they did.
And then Diaz's crew. Hey, listen to me. One time, I forgot whatever she was saying about the jewelry. Do you remember?
Yeah.
This one time, I went to visit, and my mom I had gotten some diamond earrings, okay, and they were really like they were pretty flashy. Well, they got taken in the I don't think they got taken in the visit. I think they got taken in the hall because they seen me with them. Well, she's like, you could send them home, and they went to a commander's. I want to say it was Valley. I can't remember, but it was a commander's thing, and they went missing from there. And I even had a chain of command on them. They paid me for them because I wrote a grievance and I said they confiscated my earrings on this day, da 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 da, whatever, whatever, and they never found them. I can't remember. I got a letter and they were all no. They said that they went missing from a commander's desk. Whatever. You know that the minute that she took them off my ears, she put them in her pocket.
Yeah. And went home with them.
That's crazy, right? Like it was the little short one with the glasses. What was her name? They used to do the UAs all the time. Who was the short one with the glasses? She used to be in the visiting with oh my God.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember her
I
name.
can't remember her name neither because it was her and another one always doing UAs together. And Urbina, Urbina, remember
Yeah.
Urbina?
Yeah.
The cops were just so different at CCA. They were more like, I feel like structured. You know, they were really like hip to our bullshit.
And then you had some of them CEOs like Chino that
Oh my
was
gosh!
that
Oh my gosh!
was suspect to everything. You
Talentino
you couldn't
story,
even
though.
you couldn't even fart a certain way without her
You're
taking a
guilty.
sniff and being
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yep, you were doing this."
Uh-huh.
You
Oh
know,
my gosh.
everything you did was a violation. I
Bro.
remember when her and Rutledge, we were in G5 and her and Rutledge, it was nighttime. And that was when when we had the cubicles in there. And so you would hear them coming in, you would hear the door like open up. And all of a sudden, you wouldn't see no heads, but you would hear little feet just running across the way back to their cubicle. And Chino and Rutledge, man, they went to town. They come in doing twirls and like rifleman and on the floor and everything, trying to catch whoever it was. They went running to the back of the pod. There was nobody out. They were just acting crazy.
Hey, Chino was a warrior, man. I seen Chino do some crazy, crazy stuff. I never seen a cop like Chino in my life ever. It was really crazy because, and then a female cop like that. She was so she's like really in tune with her shit. And what we would be, I would, I seen her sniffing out people smuggling their chicken or something from the chow hall. She would have in B unit, she know every time for chicken she comes down just to do that, just to bust people. And she would have a big old pile in B unit of chicken wings, hot
Yeah.
or of bolillos of bread or whatever, potatoes. If we were trying to smuggle home potatoes to make something for food,
Or
she
cake
was
mix.
everything. She was on it to be able to. She would just look at you and she'd be all, and you're like, here, because she was that freaking scary.
But at the same time, Chino had her people that the inmates that she just didn't like or would always suspect something and would pull them over for no reason just to check them, even if they weren't doing anything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like she just assumed that everybody was doing what she thought they were doing. You
Always.
know?
Hmm. She always had a perception that we're all just doing bad, all of
Yeah,
us, no matter what. But there was certain people that she did target to be
she
able
did.
to. Yeah, she did, and I seen that too. I seen Chino act crazy, man. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my god. I had forgot about Chino.
Yeah.
Dude,
She
I used
did.
to have nightmares about Chino. She's crazy.
And that woman never smiled, man. She
Never.
always had a frown on her face.
Hmm. Do you remember the warden? The warden when I got there, she had an ankle monitor.
Hickson,
Yep.
yeah. She drove a car with eyelashes. It looked like it was like a little Volkswagen Beetle, and the lights had eyelashes on it.
Oh, how cute.
So can you imagine that big old heifer coming out of the little tiny Volkswagen Beetle?
Hey, she probably got in and the Beatles all trampado to the suelo. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, that's hilarious because she was a really big lady, no? I don't know how she could hide that monitor. She hid that monitor really good. She would wear those big boots, remember?
Yep.
Cause she hid it. I seen it, but it was hidden. She hid it really good.
Yep.
I'll give her props for that. No, just kidding. The warden of a prison has an ankle monitor.
I
Who
know.
does that? Like I was beyond. I'm like, oh nah, that's a lie. You guys are shit. You guys tell. You know, when you're in county, you hear so many stories. You hear all kinds of stuff. When I got there, my friend Payasa was like, yeah, the warden got caught selling Girl Scout cookies and telling me this big old story that the warden has an ankle monitor. And I'm like, bullshit. And when I get there, it's all true. Who
Yeah.
does that, right?
She
Hey,
actually embezzled our money. They were supposed to open a beauty school for the
wow.
girls, like a beauty college, so that way, the women could get a different type of trade
Mhm.
and stuff. And she ended up using the money
Wow.
that she got on a
They
grant.
traced it back to her, huh?
Yeah, she had to pay it all back.
Of course, in restitution.
Yeah,
They probably made her pay double.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I just feel like CCA was so different, but like they were able to get away with certain things too because like Yazi, those things would have never flown in the state. You know what I mean? Like Yazi has done like crazy things, and to a lot of people, like she's so like confrontational and like I don't know, it's weird. I feel like how do you have a female guard who is like, and I don't have nothing wrong with people who are with lesbians or whatever, but like strip searching us like that. Like I don't feel like that's appropriate. Do you know what I mean? I feel like her attitude and the way that it was like she was trying to make us feel and look like we're dirty or like, do you know what I mean? Like we're less than and oh, what's wrong with you? Or like weird. And I'm like, you're weird, man. You know, you have to go sit in medical for 6 hours because she's trying to be crazy. Like, that's ridiculous. You don't even have no food or water. Like, I feel like when you go to prison, that's like when you went, it was probably way different, right?
No,
But
it
they're
was
saying
pretty
you
much
have to
the
wait
same.
and all that because it's like a big old process. You go to Yazzi's, you get stripped, and then after you go, you have to go to medical to get a medical clearance. And 90% of the time, you're in that medical room by yourself because they're doing other things, right?
Yeah,
And then after when they want to deal with you, then they're like, okay, we're gonna clear you to go. So then they clear you like it's really like mental health, yeah. So
yeah.
then they clear you to go into the pinta and then you're locked down, slammed down.
Well, that's the only thing that was different when I first went in was RDC wasn't slammed down.
Oh
It
yeah,
was,
they said it used to be a big old party, huh?
yeah, it was open. So like you had all day to be on the phone, you had all day to be on showers. You only had to lock down for counts and then you come right back out. So the only thing that changed was they put those lines in RDC where top tier went at a certain
Yeah.
amount of time, then
Uh-huh.
bottom tier, that's what changed.
they separated it. It was like four. They did like four little chairs, right? Is it
Yeah,
four? Or is it, yeah,
I think it was 4.
because there's so many. It holds so many women, right? RDC, and
Yeah.
each women have like a different day. So some days women are just locked down. We're locked down in our room, and like it's really hard. The only reason I got out of RDC in 30 days, probably earlier. People stay like 3 months, 6 months, a long time in RDC, but I got into a fight and I was in SEG, and then Solomon brought me out and put me in F unit.
Oh.
So yeah, but RDC
So
was.
you only went to F unit, you never went to G unit, B
I never
unit, A
was there.
unit,
I was in B unit. I lived in B unit at when I was getting ready to leave. I was in B. That's where I left from B unit.
from B unit?
I was trying to go to. Remember they had made. I think it was before.
What?
I went to that thing for before, and then check this out. I was there for 6 months, and they didn't even give us a certificate or nothing because they weren't programming.
Yep.
I would have got my certificate, Jules. I was so mad about that because we did the program. We literally were doing it. You know what I mean?
Dude, I got kicked out of RDAP like 3 or 4 times. I finally gave up on that.
Hey, yeah, RDAP is what is it called? Rehabilitational program type thing, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was court ordered to do that program, to do the substance abuse thing.
And they kicked you out?
Yeah, they kept kicking me out because I refused to pull up the other women. I never could understand. I would tell who were the I would tell Miss Yazzie.
What was the man Segura? What was the man's name? No, it wasn't Segura. What was his name?
Um
It
he
was
was
a man
really,
though.
yeah, he was really big. He used to wear an oxygen tank. He passed away
Mm.
while we were there. And Coyle, he was also there, the white guy. They would kick me out because I would always tell them, because you have to have like so many pull-ups in order to graduate and stuff. And I never understood the whole point. You're there to work your program. You know what I mean? You're there to focus on yourself and fix yourself and find out basically what's wrong with you and try to fix it. Why are you focused on what other people are doing? You
Yeah.
know, if you just focus on yourself and complete your program, then that program would be a whole lot better. So I would always get kicked out.
That's crazy. I know. And then
Yeah.
people be like, you need to get up and make your bed. It's your chore time or whatever. I'm like, man, shit, you ain't my mama. Just get it. Because like some days, what is it? Like bottom days, and you know what I mean, or bottom bunk or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like different days or whatever. And everybody's trying to like, man, I know I have to get up and do my chore. I am a grown person and I'm aware of that. But some women, they like to take that little extra to the next level. You know what I mean? Like they're able to RDOC gets real intense because those ones they start like I don't know, they start like acting like hey, they've been on stuff all their lives, and then all of a sudden they're trying to make everybody accountable for everything, but yet they don't want to talk about their stuff. You know what I mean? Like, no, that shit don't fly. Like Christina was in our class and she would be getting HIGH and I'd be like, oh, and she's a mentor.
Wow.
That's like I feel like when I was doing that program, I was doing it to be able to get those days off and to get the certificate, and I tried really hard. You know what I mean? Like you don't be all going to do that and be all, you know, like that's it's like defeating the purpose, right?
Right. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I say they should make that program to just focus on yourself
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And of
It's a
course
good
you can
thing.
have the rules, but let the ones that are in charge, the counselors, take control of that. You know what I mean? I think it would be less conflict too among the women, because sometimes it could cause problems between each other, strife and anger, and then before you know it, they're fighting.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a lot. And then when I got in there, because I moved from F unit to B4, And I was like, they're like, you gotta sign up for the TV to watch TV. You gotta sign up for the phone, and I'm all, what? So
We're in B unit.
yeah, it's different, right? You got they have this whole system that they use for the phone, for the TV. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna watch this show, right? There's
Hmm.
like a schedule and everybody's on it, and then when you go in, nobody's like, oh, well, you just moved in here. Do you want to watch TV at any time? Or you know what I mean? Like it was really crazy. But then I got really comfortable over there because I was over there with Marty, and you know how they don't let you watch TV in the night? Like
Yeah.
I would stay up till like 3 in the morning watching TV because like the guards were cool with us, and Marty used to talk to, oh, I don't remember what guard it was. Garcia. I don't remember his name, but they used to pass notes to each other. And what you would call it, he would let us stay up all night. I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me crazy now.
If you were a CO, would you mess with an inmate?
Probably not. No, I'm just kidding. Probably not. I don't know. What about you? But
What
because
what would
it's a
what
lot
would
of
that
rigor,
inmate have to offer you?
right?
You
I'm
know,
all,
when you, I don't know, I guess my just way of thinking is different because like when you try to get with somebody, you try to get with somebody that's going to enhance you and like you put in 100 and they put in 100%,
mhm.
and being with the inmate, what can they do for you?
I know, right?
Do
They
their
can't.
state pay?
They can't even. They can't even make phone calls. They can't even call you or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. Come on. Hey, but it happens all the time. Oh,
yeah,
it happens all the time. Oh my gosh.
I know. And it happens a lot, especially I saw a lot of it in Springer and Western.
I know, right? A girl got pregnant in Springer, Kettle.
In Springer?
No, I mean in Western.
That's what I heard. I don't know
I
how
know.
true it
I
was.
think it came out on the paper, but I'm not positive. I don't know. I think it might have. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. You hear all kinds of stuff, right? But it was. I think I'm almost positive it was on the news because
Was
they were.
it?
Oh yeah, the cop he was going to jail behind that because that's like it doesn't matter what nobody understands is like when a cop takes an oath, they take an oath, and it's like a Hippocratic oath. Not that's not what it's called. It's something else, but it's an oath saying that you won't mess with the inmates because of your like your job or your integrity or whatever. And if that happens, it's like it's like automatically rape because they have authority over you. Or do you know what
Yep.
I mean? Like if a cop tells you to do something, you have to do it because they're over you, or you know what I mean? Like it's I don't
Yeah.
know, it's really weird and I'm all
It's almost like they coerced you to do it.
we'll do a whole series on that because I have my own story as well. In fact, I don't really even like to talk about it because it's a lot, you know what I mean? But there's a little kid out there with my name. And isn't that weird? I don't, do you know what I mean? Like, that's very strange to me. I don't, how does somebody, I don't even know how to explain it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's very weird. And I just think like people need to know, people need to be aware too, because, uh, it's not like they're innocent. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm not innocent either, but whenever Valdez started courting me because that's exactly what happened. I was in the horse program and I was in level ones and he was working SEG and he would come and talk to me and I would be late for count and he'd be like, no, it's cool, I got you. So he would radio in, hey, Montoya's with me or whatever, like trying to be cool, you know what I mean? Like trying to show me his authority. Or then he got me that job in the kitchen, and that's like, you know what I mean? It was like he was trying to like, and I didn't see it at first, like, you know what I mean? But now that I look back and I see, and then somebody flew a kite to the mail to Monica Hoy and remember Monica Hoy, and that this is
Mhm.
why she hated me. She Monica Hoy hated me. They flew somebody. I think it was Crystal Seymour, but I can't prove it. I can't prove nothing. But that's what. And I said it, and I said it once, and I'll say it twice. Okay. I there was a kite ram that there was something going on between me and Valdez. Monica Hoy gave Valdez the kite. He came and he told me, I can't talk to you no more. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, whatever. That's what I said. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to say? I'm not going to run after and be like, oh my God, what, you know? So later on that evening, because Patricia was living in level ones, she was my ex-girlfriend. She said, hey, Valdez told me to tell you somebody wrote a kite and Monica got it and gave it to him. And he wants you to find out who wrote it. And I'm like, how am I supposed to do that? He used to come in my unit acting retarded at 2 a.m. He'd be all, I can't even talk to you because people want to be riding kites and and I'm like, look at how you act. You're an officer. Like, people are seeing you act like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole way that people act, and you don't act like that when you're in prison. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, what
He
do
got
you?
infatuated with you.
I really think that's what it was, A. And then whenever he told me, because he told me about the baby's name and everything, and I was like, I wanted to punch him. I was so mad because I was like, why? And then it was like a punch in the gut because we had talked about our kids' names. We had talked about his kids' names, my kids' names, and my middle daughter's name is Lexi Rose, and I had told him that I had named her Rose because I've always loved that name. I had an auntie named Rose, and I wanted to name my daughter Rose. The baby's name is Rihanna Rose. Like, if he was trying to include me in it, like, I don't know, it was a very kind of creepy type. Like, I don't know, but I'm like, does his girl know that he named his baby after some girl that he was infatuated with in prison? Or like, do you know what I mean? I seen ultrasound pictures of the baby, and I don't know. It's like whatever, you know?
And she would have found out with the court and him getting fired or under investigation, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't she question it then?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think, yeah. I it feels like, and then like I went through a lot because people are Springer is a little local town, and the maintenance girls, what was that? That black girl that used to go out with Desette. What was her name? Do you remember her?
Nah.
Well, there was a girl that used to go out with Desette, and she used to work maintenance, and I can't even remember her name, but she left like shortly after we had gotten there. But
Ross?
yes, there you go. That's who it was. She was telling me, oh, she was telling the whole pod that Valdez's wife lost his baby because of all the stress, because of all this shit, and no, 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 no. So she knew. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
knew, but she never lost the baby. She had the baby. That was just a rumor. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people try to take everything to the next level when you guys don't know. You don't know what happened. You don't know. You were not there. Like, do you know what I mean? When I was over there in the kitchen cooking burritos for all the officers, and he was over there playing mace tag or whatever in the hell he does, he would let me do whatever I wanted in that kitchen. And like, hey, one night I was all on the phone. That's how I got busted. That's how I kind of got jammed up because I was called. He gave me the number, the extension to call to master control, and I called.
Uh-huh.
And then I got pulled. The captain was all, what were you on the phone for? Why were you talking to him on the phone? I'm asking for a mop head because we're locked in the cafeteria. And that's literally what I was asking for. And I'm like, nah, you guys are crazy. And then check this out. The reason why I got pulled by a state police officer. The first time they pulled me in Springer. They threw me in SEG. Captain threw me in SEG, and he's all, "What's going on with you and Valdez?" Da 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 da, whatever. And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about." And they were trying to make me. They were looking for a black bra, and they made me strip, and I didn't have I had a bra, but it wasn't the one they were looking for. So they took my bra for the heel and made me walk with no, like I didn't have nothing under, in front of the captain and the warden, until they looked at my bra. Then they gave me my bra back. Then I went back, I put my bra on. Then the warden took me in her office, and she was crying, and she was like, please, Montoya, I just want you to tell me. I want you to be able to trust me and know that I'm going to take care of you. And I was like, I'm not saying nothing. I had 3 more years to be there, and I wasn't going to say nothing to make my time hard, because, like, come on, you know what I mean? It happened anyways when I was leaving, but I was not going to do that and go through 3 years of that. I went through probably 18 months of that, but I was not going to go through 3 years of that. Like, that's why I didn't say nothing. So then they had to have an internal investigation, and it was like, I don't know. But I never said anything. Because I didn't want him to get in trouble. Like, he was my friend, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I guess maybe I cared a little bit about his job or whatever was happening, because he'd been there for 20 years, you know?
Mhm.
And he had gotten me a job, and he was good to me too, you know? And I remember they used to put notes on my bed. They would write the Priya number. Like, I went through a lot of shit. I'm a lot of shit, because girls were jealous, or I would get, because I would get new t-shirts for work, and they're like, oh, how come she gets new t-shirts? Because I work. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, because the littlest things make you a target, put a bullseye on your back, you know?
Girls are so jealous and envious of each other.
I know. It's
And
crazy.
there are so many of us women that are strong. Like, if we had only stuck together, we would have had so much stuff. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
But
like,
instead of fighting against the authorities and getting what we want and doing the whole politics type thing, we fight amongst each other like high school again. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing.
you're so right. You're so right. If we would have stuck together and been united, we could have gotten like better food, or like
Better
better
food,
clothes.
better uniforms, better laundry. You know what I mean? Like, we'd get better commissary, better packages. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, one of the things at Springer that used to bug me a lot was the property. Like I used to, it was up to one inmate to make up a whole makeup list for the whole prison. How is that fair? Do you know what I mean? It's up to the property officer's favorite little pet to pick what makeup she wants, and that's what makeup gets approved. How is that fair to us? That is not fair to us. There should be a group of women, one from like each pod, so that everybody has a chance to say, hey, well, we would like this. There's African American women that need certain products for their hair and their skin, and they don't accommodate to that stuff either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's certain things that we need that we don't get, and we actually have to like literally pay for. I feel like tampons should be given on like what do they call it, indigent, because a
State
lot of
issue.
women, they can't even pay for that stuff. We don't even get state issue at Springer. The only way you get state issue is you have to do a thing, and if you haven't had your money on your books in 30 days, you're lucky, and you'll get a hygiene thing.
Are you serious?
They
Well,
don't
see,
have.
they did have those type of things, because I remember when I went to Springer my last 3 months, um, they had committees. I forgot what the guy's name was, but Renee Chavez, you remember her, Brat?
Mhm.
She used to coordinate that, and what was the other girl's name? I don't remember the other girls' names. I think they were all Project Echo that was trying to get that involved. And they would take one person from every housing unit, and that was chosen by the housing, and they would go over there and they would let them know like what the pod needs, what needs to be fixed, or anything, any kind of concerns that the women have. And I know that was there because my pod in Unit 5, they had chosen me to go do that stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I know
So
that
they
they
were,
were doing that my last 3 months.
oh, well, that's good. They were starting to get organized.
Yeah, they were starting to get organized and start listening to the girls, like like even like somebody brought up like commissary, like what the girls need or would like to see on commissary and stuff like that. So we got to bring it to some guy,
Biddle, yeah, Biddle.
Brittle, to Biddle's attention, and then he would take it to the warden and stuff. So,
Yeah, that's
but
great.
yeah, that's what they were doing.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like they could have done so much more. Commissary could have been so much better too. It's so expensive. Isn't there some way? I feel like it's just a money making thing, right? Everybody they want to charge us $1 for a soup, or how much were they? And like 30 cents, 50.
At CCA was 35 cents. At Western was 50 cents.
That's a lot.
Yep.
I
And
would.
then state pay didn't match. Like you would get peanuts for state pay. And a lot of those women don't get help on the street. They live
Oh,
off of the state pay. So maybe if they're going to have those kind of prices, they need to up the amount of like the state pay that people live on. The same way like wages out here, when the economy starts going up and rent starts going up, the jobs have to um, raise the minimum wage.
that's right. They don't. I don't know. They don't care though. Like they feel like where they make when you get there, you have to be on the rate crew for 30 days. And I think what do you make 20 cents?
I have no idea.
That's like that you're supposed to be on the rate crew and you make only 20 cents and you have to be on there for 30 days unless you know somebody that can get you off. No.
Well, didn't even the pod porters only get like 15 cents an hour?
Pod porting is like a horrible job. I've never been a pod porter. I've never been a pod porter.
That's
Let
what they made me when I went to Springer. I was a pod porter, which was awful because I was in maintenance at CCA like before the
I know
move
you had
for
good
three
jobs at
years. For
CCA.
3 years, and then when I went to Western, I was the first one they hired for maintenance there. So then, when I was getting ready to transfer because my levels dropped, my last 3 months, they told me that I would start off in maintenance again over there. Well, when I got there, they made me a pot porter. Did
That's not fair. There's got to be some kind of like way that they could communicate and your work history can follow you whenever you go because they just don't care. They simply don't care what kind of skills we have or whatever because the income, you know what I mean? Like maintenance makes so much more than a pot porter, you know what I mean? You can live off of maintenance pay
yeah,
comfortably, you know what I mean? Pot porting, you need to get help. Like anybody, at least you had help because a lot of people don't. I see people sometimes and I feel so bad. I always like the girls that don't have, I'm like trying to give them soap or you know what I mean? They don't even have like deodorant or they come and they have to wait because they can't get their money on their books for whatever because it's being transferred or it's taking a couple of days or weeks or whatever. It's always some kind of mission.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, we
I
should
don't,
talk about one time about the jobs. We could talk about all the different jobs and the different like whatever, like different ranges of pay or whatever.
mm-hmm,
That would be interesting too.
that would. What about the COs at your county? How are the COs at your county?
The COs at my county were pretty. They were pretty cool, man. They were pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So
They
which
have.
ones would you prefer? CCA, cops, MDC, or the Springer? Because you
Oh
didn't go to
no,
Western, huh?
no! I never even went to MDC. I've never been to MDC. My cops are TA cops.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little small county jail, and the food is so, it's like grandma makes that food. The men
Where
at my county, whenever everybody's like, "Oh, you're going to TA? I heard they have good food over there," and I'm going home, bro, because they have for the in the morning they give you French toast with bacon and real syrup, and oh my gosh, the food. I was so fat when I left TA because I did like 8 months straight there, and then they send me to Gallup. uh I was so fat though. I was like 115 pounds.
oh my gosh.
Well, the food was so good. No, just kidding. You know, when you're just sitting there and they don't have no rec yard. They do have a rec yard, but you have to be like, "Hey, CO, can you take me to rec?" Like, well, and then you walk to a room and it's just a little tiny room with some machines. Like the girls used to just go to talk to the boys in the door, and I used to go sometimes to give them skina and watch, but like that's boring to me. I'd rather sit on my bed or play cards, or I like to play spades. Spades is one of my favorite. I feel like I wish that we could find somewhere to do a tournament, Jules.
Remember when we used to
To
play
win,
against
yeah,
remember
yeah,
against my
to win.
cousin Blue
Yeah,
and Rebecca?
everybody would get mad because nobody could beat us. No, just kidding.
That's what I was wanting to do for my birthday when I was when I
I
threw a little
love
gathering at my house,
it. Did you
but
guys
you missed
play?
it.
Did you guys play?
No.
Oh, well, we'll play sometime. We'll play sometime. I'm all.
Yeah.
Spades is fun. There's got to be somewhere where they have like a spades tournament. No, just kidding. That's it's fun. I'm all that's competitive. I'm all that's competitive. People,
Yeah.
hey, don't cut me. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Down on
Imagine
her.
if we could throw like a big old tournament like that over it
I'm
out
down. You
here.
want to? Hey, if you could get some girls, I have a place. If you could, I
Where?
have a facility here in Los Lunas. We could do it at my gym.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I'm all. Oh yeah.
And then what would the price be?
I don't know. Whatever. Hey, let's. What we could do is we could do a buy-in of like $10, like me and you, every person, and
Yeah.
whoever wins the pot.
Wins the
Like
pot.
we could do. Listen, we could do a first, second, and third, and the whole pot will break it up. Do you know what I mean? Like however
Oh,
much
that's
it
a
is.
good idea.
Well, just to be able to like share it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like just to have fun. We're not doing it really to make money. We're doing it to like be able to get together and be able to play spades again, you know? But then
Yeah.
if it works out good, we could keep going, you know? We could
Yeah.
have them all the time.
But we have to not just do it in Las Lunas. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of women here in Albuquerque. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you
And a
have
lot of them don't have cars to drive out there.
I don't know if I could find a place. Let me ask my people and see if I could borrow somewhere. I don't really know too much people in Albuquerque. Do you know somewhere where we could do a place?
I don't know anywhere. I don't know anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to move, and I don't know if they have like a clubhouse and stuff. Maybe at the clubhouse.
Where are you moving to?
It's a new place that's being built over there off of Broadway and McKnight.
Yay! That's
Yeah,
new.
three
That's
bedroom
good.
townhouse.
Good. That's good. A townhouse. Oh, I'm excited. I'm
I
gonna go.
know.
Are you gonna have a housewarming?
No, because it's just to rent. It's not a house. I'm still looking
It's
for a
new
house.
to you. Just
You
kidding.
Yeah, I know. I went to go look at a couple houses over there in Las Lunas. Man, they were far.
Uh-uh.
Yes, and I was like, nah, one of them, I mean, it was over there by Meadow, not by Meadow Lake, kind of like by Meadow Lake, and that is
That's
far.
far. That's far. Meadow Lake or Rio Communities is far. Los Lunas is right here. It's right close. But that's far.
Your fish, where are they? Go look for them, honey. I think
Okay,
they're in the
friend.
room.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I feel like we did great. No, just kidding. So we're just trying to build up our hours, and next week again we'll do. We could do whatever day you want. I don't know, baby might join us, but I'm trying to get more people. There was a girl named Christina that said she wanted to get on, but she didn't know the process. So I guess I don't know. Do you think should I reach out to people? What should I do to be able to
I
get more
think you
people,
should.
friend?
I think you should reach out to people and let them know. But I think you should also, tag me
Mhm.
because when you tag me, I can post it on my timeline. And I have a lot of people on my friends list that are from CCA, from MDC, so that,
Okay.
and I noticed that a lot of I did do inviting on the Prison 101 and the group. And I noticed that a lot of my friends on my friends list are members now.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, I want somebody to come on. Well, like, so that we could have more people to talk. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
10 of us could be on here, but I think maybe people don't know exactly that they could come on or whatever. So I'm just gonna start reaching out to people and be like, I'm just reaching out to let you know that if you're interested to be on the podcast, you guys are more than welcome. And we would appreciate if you could join us because your opinion and your story is important. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Because
that's great.
I'm
And
just going to reach
tag
out to
me.
every single person individually because
Okay.
I want to be able to, you know what I mean, and hopefully that way people will be like, oh yeah, I want to. Well, because they don't have to do it every week, you know what I mean, like just
Yeah.
1 week or whatever, so that way we could have like a different flow of people.
Yeah. I think that
Yeah,
would be good.
yeah.
And I think you might even want to explain to them how to get on, because in the beginning it was hard for me.
It is, and I think that that might be one of the complications too. But once we're able to like jump on and be able to navigate it, it's not that hard, you know. So I think that I'll explain that process too, and let them know that if they need any help, that they could reach out to you or myself or to Caitlin, because I
Okay.
think that it'd be easier if they needed help. You know what I mean? That they know that we're there for them too. Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, friend. I
All right.
appreciate you. I'm still
Talk to
trying
you
to go
later.
and have lunch with you. When do you guys want to go do something? Or I don't know. Oh,
Whenever
we
you
should
want
plan to
to.
go to the zoo, man. No, just kidding.
Yeah. And this Friday we're going to George Lopez, the comedy show. So we'll be
Where
busy
at?
then. It's going to be at Sandia Casino.
I wanted to go, but I'm working. Dang it.
Oh,
Well, I had to go to La Luz. They're having a cherry festival over there, and I have this new job. How weird. My boss quit working. My boss quit working. So I have to go. I have to go over there, but yeah, it'll be all right. We should
well,
plan to
just,
go to like a concert or something like that would be fun, yeah?
yeah.
Like a comedy show or just out. You know what I mean? I think that would be fun too, yeah?
You would just have to let me know in advance, because I have to let my mom and dad know so that way they could babysit the girls.
Of course, yeah. Awesome. Okay, thank you, friend. I love you.
Right. Love you too.
Tell, tell everybody I said hello.